Hello, my name is C.A.R.E. Foster and I'm the West Tennessee Program Coordinator for our C.A.R.E.S program. Thank you for joining us for our first law enforcement road safety interview. The topic for this interview is seatbelt usage. Joining me today, I have Lieutenant Joanne Morrow from the UT Campus Police Department, as well as Lieutenant Foster from our Memphis Police Department. I would like to take this time to allow our interviewees to tell more about themselves and their department.
My name is Joanne Morrow. I am a 13-year veteran in law enforcement. I graduated from Memphis Police Training Academy in 2007. I moved through the ranks as a patrolman to a detective to a sergeant, and now I'm currently a lieutenant at University of Tennessee Health Science Center Police Department. I am currently the commander over day shift, and I oversee 26 officers, and we are responsible for the safety of the faculty, staff, and students, and also commuters that commute through the medical district area.
I'm Lieutenant Cleveland Foster with the Memphis Police Department. I'm a 25-year veteran of the police department. I started my career in uniform patrol, patrolling the Austin Peace Station. Afterwards, I became a background investigator, completing backgrounds on applicants who are applying to become Memphis police officers. And now I'm a training academy supervisor, overseeing the recruits that come through the training academy, making sure that they get that proper training before they enter the field of police work.
Our first question will be, what is the proper way to wear a seatbelt?
The proper way to wear your seatbelt is depending upon the model of your car. Basically, you wear it across your lap and across your chest. Also, based on your manufacturer's recommendation, because we know that cars are a lot different than SUVs and some trucks. So always base that on your manufacturer's recommendation once you buy that particular vehicle.
Our next question is, how important are seatbelts?
In a nutshell, extremely important. And without question, seatbelts reduce serious crash-related injuries and deaths by half. Seatbelts, when worn properly, along with the added protection of airbags, provide the greatest protection for adults in a crash.
What are some consequences of not wearing a seatbelt?
Some of the main consequences of not wearing a seatbelt is possibly being ejected from a motor vehicle when involved in a crash that could lead to bodily injury or death. Not wearing a seatbelt can lead to you being cited by law enforcement, which generates a poor driving history based on those seatbelt citations that you get.
Does Tennessee have a seatbelt law? If so, can you explain that, Lieutenant Morrow?
Yes, Tennessee Code Annotated 55-9-603 states that no person shall operate a passenger motor vehicle on any highway in the state unless the person or all passengers are buckled or restrained properly. You can visit Tennessee Code Annotated 55-9-603 for more details as it relates to the age limits on those proper restraints as it relates to seat belts or booster seats. This also makes it the driver's responsibility to ensure that all passengers are properly restrained in the vehicle.
Can drivers be pulled over for failing to wear a seatbelt? If so, what are the consequences, Lieutenant Foster?
Yes, law enforcement officers have the authority to initiate a traffic stop due to the driver or passenger not wearing a seatbelt. Depending upon the jurisdiction and what law enforcement agency is pulling you over, you can get a city citation, a state citation for a violation of seatbelt law.
Lieutenant Foster, in Tennessee, what do seatbelt usage statistics look like?
In Tennessee, there has been a significant increase in the state's overall seatbelt usage rate. For the second year in a row, Tennessee rate has surpassed 90%, which is promising.
Lieutenant Morrow, on campus and in the area surrounding, what do seatbelt usage statistics look like?
For 2018 and 2019, there were over 800 citations issued to adults for not wearing their seatbelts, and over 133 for child restraint. This number actually decreased. The first year, there were 607 citations issued for not wearing your seatbelt, and the year after, it was about roughly 200. So the numbers are decreasing as the year goes on, and commuters are getting the message that they need to properly restrain.
Lieutenant Foster, what is your department doing to increase knowledge about seatbelt safety?
Our department provides literature to drivers that are stopped. Citations are often written for those individuals that violate seatbelt laws. but often warnings are given also. The department goal is to enforce and increase seatbelt awareness to motorists throughout Memphis. So with that, we also do PSA announcements to advise and let the citizens of Memphis know what is going on with our GHSO initiatives for seatbelt awareness.
And lastly, Lieutenant Morrow, how important is seatbelt usage awareness to your department?
Extremely important. Our department is committed to the safety of all motorists and pedestrians that transfers in and out of the medical district. The department participates in campaigns for seatbelt usage by having open house functions on campus with the seatbelt convincer machine. With this machine, it simulates a low-impact crash, which allows them to see the benefit of wearing a seatbelt. This is a great training and awareness tool to convince motorists to wear their seatbelt. We all are fully aware of the consequences of not wearing a seatbelt, in which if you are involved in a crash. We have a genuine compassion of those we come in contact with, and we pride ourselves on our efforts in educating the public throughout the Click It or Ticket campaigns. Unfortunately, sometimes being issued a citation is what it takes to get to the motorist.
Thank you for tuning in to our Law Enforcement Road Safety interview. We hope that you gain lots of knowledge and awareness to seatbelt usage. Also, thank you to Lieutenant Foster and Lieutenant Morrow for joining us. Our Love Yourself, Buckle the Belt campaign ends February 22nd, so be sure to follow all of our activities and games via our social media platforms.